There's a lot of rabbit tracks. Let's go hunting for rabbits. The Hannibal Lecter went to Five Guys to get a burger. And after he was done eating, he went up to the manager and he said, "I've got a complaint." And the manager said, "What was wrong with your burger?" And Hannibal said, "It didn't taste like Five Guys." I've moved around a few more times than a couple in my lifetime. I lived in one house until I was 10 years old in New Jersey. When I was 11, I was living in another house in New Jersey. When I was 12, I was living in a house in Virginia. When I was 17, I was living in another house in Virginia. When I was 18, I was living in Connecticut. When I was almost 19, I was living in Massachusetts. When I was 19, I was back in Virginia. Over the next 3 years, I lived in 4 different cities in Virginia. When I was 22, I was living in Austria. When I was 23, I was living in another city of Austria. When I was 26, I was living in my 3rd city in Austria. When I was 29, I was living in New York. When I was 30, I was living back in my 4th city in Austria. When I was 32, I moved again in Austria. When I was 47, I moved to my 5th city in Austria. Some could say I was forever orbiting like a satellite. I've been in Alaska and I've lived in 3 different towns and cities here. I'm not sure I'm going to move again. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I don't have many good reasons to say why I moved to Alaska. I don't do many outdoor activities. I don't know how to repair broken down cars. I'm not a hunter. I'm not a survivalist or trying to find myself. I'm not into homesteading or living off grid. I don't eat seafood because I just don't like it, which I believe is an Alaskan sin. I don't have anything to prove to anybody or myself. I'm not looking for action and adventure. I don't even feel comfortable leaving a town or city I live in because it's difficult to leave an area you're familiar with, which is funny considering how much I've moved around. But I do always look forward to getting to know a new place that will soon be my new home. I knew that I wanted to live where there was a lot of snow, where the summers were not hot, and where there would be wildlife around. Even though there were many places I could have chosen that have all of those things, the freedom of boondocking almost anywhere you want to in Alaska played a big part in my final decision. Even if I never boondock, I would always have that option, and that was one thing Alaska offered that most other places didn't. Another reason I finally decided on Alaska was I liked the idea that I didn't have to leave the state and would still have a wide selection of vacation destinations because of the size of Alaska. I also liked that I could drive to most of these places because if there's one thing I hate more than the dentist, it would be sitting in a chair 40,000 feet in the sky. Right before I made the move, I said to my friends and my family that my brain tells me I should not move to Alaska because I had a more secure life and a very comfortable life where I was last living. But my heart tells me I want to be in Alaska. Sometimes you have to follow your heart, even if it's not the smartest thing to do. I came to Alaska because of snow, wildlife, and a dash of boondocking. I may not be the smartest chicken on the farm, but at the moment I'm the happiest.